Hi kids, let's review the use of the passive voice. Before we start working with the passive voice, we are going to review the active voice. All the structure we have studied up to now are in the active voice. They are a little bit more informal. The person who does the action is very important. Here we have two examples using the active voice in the simple past tense. John discovered the fossil. Roxanne invented these machines. In these sentences, the people who did the action are very important. John and Roxanne. We know these people, and they are very important. Now, we are ready to work with the passive voice. All the structure we have studied up to now can be used in the passive voice. The passive voice is very formal, and the person who does the action is not important or unknown. Today, we are going to work with the passive voice in the simple past. This is our first example. John discovered the fossil. This sentence is in the active voice. Remember that in the passive voice, the person who does the action is not important. So, in this case, John goes at the end of the sentence. The fossil becomes the most important part in the passive voice. So, it goes at the beginning. This is the pattern that we need to use in the passive voice. When we work in the simple past, was or were plus the past participle. For the fossil, what do we use? Was or were? The fossil was. Discover. What is the past participle of discover? Discovered. So, the sentence in the passive voice is the fossil was discovered by John. The active voice, John discovered the fossil. The passive voice, the fossil was discovered by John. Example number 2. Roxanne invented this machine. Remember, in the passive voice, the person who does the action is not important. So, it goes at the end. These machines are the most important part. These machines are the most important part in the passive voice. So, they go first. This is the pattern that we have to use in the passive voice. When we work in the simple past, was or were plus the past participle. For these machines, what do you use? Was or were? The correct answer is were. These machines were. Invent. What is the past participle of invent? Invented. So, the sentence in the passive voice is, this machine were invented by Roxanne. The active voice, Roxanne invented this machine. The passive voice, these machines were invented by Roxanne. See you girls and boys. Have a happy day. See you soon.